Hi guys, I'm Payne and welcome back to another video. In this video, I will be analyzing the offlane duo of Tundra, that is Saksa and 3-3. In this analysis, I will be showing you how they managed to break even in an unfavorable matchup. Without further ado, let's get into it. For the matchup, Saksa and 3-3 will be playing Shadow Demon and Sand King against Razor and Grimstroke. In theory, this lane is heavily favored for Razor and Grim, but Sand King somehow manages to keep the lane even for the most part. So what makes this matchup so hard for Sand King? To answer that, Sand King is a melee hero and Razor is good against most melee heroes because of Static Link. Static Link allows Razor to accumulate damage and deny everything, and if Sand King is not cautious, he can even end up dying. Given that Sand King is not a mobile hero, especially at early levels since level 1 Burrow has a very small range, Razor combined with Grimstroke's Inswell and Slow will always be able to catch the Sand King and accumulate as much damage as he wants. Sand King likes to sit in Sandstorm and push in the lane with Caustic Finale. But Razor is a ranged hero, so he can stay out of the Sandstorm and they just need one sentry to punish the Sand King and bully him however they want. Razor's weakness is that he doesn't have a stun, so people can TP out of his Static Link or can most of the time run away. But that is not the case in this lane, since Grim has stun and slow, so both these heroes paired together can really stomp lanes. For the early itemization, Sand King goes for the Quelling Blade, the Tango, Triple Branch, and Windlace. So why does Sand King go for a Windlace? This is unusual. Usually Sand Kings would buy either gauntlets for the Soul Ring, or they would buy components to buy Null Talismans, since Null Talismans have gotten a mana reduction inclusion in them, so that is good to sustain mana. But why a Windlace? So given that Razor has a Static Link, and in order for Sand King to stay away from him, he needs to be mobile. So in order to be mobile, he needs to have more movement speed than the Razor. So the base movement speed of Sand King is 290, and the Razor has a similar base movement speed. He also has 290 movement speed. So if Sand King buys a Windlace, he has 20 extra movement speed, which allows him to stay away from the Static Link. Rest of the items, the Quelling Blade is for last hitting, the Tango is for regen, and the rest of the 3 branches are also for last hitting because they give you stats, which give you primary roll bonus damage. And for Saksa's items, he goes for an Orbs, a Sentry, Tangos, Self, Stick, Iron Branch, and Fairy Fire. So the Orbs is used to basically scout things there. Sometimes you plant it there to see if the position 5 is trying to pull. And the Sentry is mostly to unblock this camp if it gets blocked by the enemy position 5, so that they can pull this lane. And to explain the Wand, for early skirmishes it's pretty good. During Bounty Runes fight and stuff, you can get a lot of Wand charges, so this is usually really useful. Moving on to the laning stage, you can see that 3-3 is blocking the wave a lot here. The reason behind that is that Razor has a Static Link, and Static Link basically means that you have to run really far back. So the closer the SK is to his tower, the better that is for him, because he won't have to run way too back as compared to if the wave was here. So the next thing I want to point out is that I want you guys to see the skill build of Sand King and the SD. So as the SD goes for Disruption and the Sand King goes for Sandstorm. But in this case, I would argue that Sand King should go for the Burrow Strike so that he can run away from the Static Link easier as compared to the Sandstorm where he's just going to sit here. So the reason behind skilling Sandstorm here is that since Sand King bought Windlace, he has some sort of freedom to run back as he has more movement speed than the Razor. And also the fact that if Razor goes on the Sand King, this disruption can allow him to run away, because Saksa can just disrupt the Razor. Not only that, the reason why he wants to take Sandstorm is that he wants to push this lane into the Razor. So why does he want to push this lane into the Razor? So I want you to see that Razor has really low base damage. With the 3 stats, he has 49 base damage. So he basically has 46 base damage. So for him to last it in their tower is going to be really hard. And not only that, he will have to tank the creeps. So for this reason, this skill build is really good here. Moving on, you're going to see that 3-3 instantly uses Sandstorm and pushes the lane in to the Razor. And while all this is happening, I want you to look at Saksa's movement. So this wave got pushed in, and look at what Saksa is doing. He goes here and drags the next wave all the way here. So why is this necessary? Because when they do this, they basically force the Razor to like tank more creeps because of the next wave that pushed into this tower, because they drag this creep wave. And not only that, in a lane where Razor has an advantage over the SK gets to freely farm a wave. And not only that, you will see here that he takes it here, and now he meets it up with his next wave. And not only that, he gets to deny most of this wave, and thus far he's getting like last hits for free. So this is why this movement from Saksa was really good. And while all that is happening, you can see that Jackboy is being a good player on Razor. What he does that, if you go back a bit, while Saksa is dragging this wave, Razor is going to drag the other wave, because he wants to also do the same thing that they are doing, because he doesn't want to give them waves for free. So he takes this wave here and starts denying it. But Saksa, being a good player, goes here so that he can pressure the Razor. And not only that, he also wants to soak up XP for this. So in terms of experience division, I want to explain something, is that in a normal lane, when two heroes are like leeching XP off of a single wave, they're both getting half of it, right? So if Saksa is getting XP from one wave and Sand King is getting XP from this wave, that means that they're both getting the same XP at the same time, as compared to if they were both standing at the same wave, if they weren't pulling. So in terms of experience this division, that is pretty good. So after Sand King farmed this wave, you can see him moving towards the SD. So why is he doing that? Why doesn't he just stay there and let the SD bring the wave to him so that he can keep farming it like he's supposed to? So the reason behind that is that you will see that SK drags this wave and SD goes back here. So what I'm going to show you that is that if you see here from the Radiance perspective, you can see that there's another wave coming. And if SD was the one dragging this wave here, they would miss out on this wave, because Sand King would be AFK here and this wave would just come here and they would miss out on one wave. So what they do is that Sand King drags the first wave, and SD, taking the advantage of the fact that he has vision on him and using the poison, shadow poison, he drags this wave, he aggroes it and drags it. And not only that, he doesn't have to go towards it, because if he does, he will end up dying. He uses a shadow poison like a boss, and now he drags this wave all the way here. And so now you must be wondering, why here? Why not just here? So their goal is to basically keep two waves of the Radiant here so that they can keep denying the wave that's going to spawn here right next to the creeps. So by doing this, not only does SK get a free double wave, he's also denying two waves for the enemy team. And while all this is happening, you should see Saksa, what he's doing. He's trying out force rotations here, and he instantly TPs here. So the reason why he's gonna TP here is that he sees that a wave is coming, so he wants to drag this as well. He brings this here, takes it all the way here, drags it again, brings it to the SK. So these things keep going on for a while, and we're just gonna fast forward here, just see what's gonna happen. Sand King keeps getting farm, he keeps getting levels, and at minute 7 you're gonna see that. So here at minute 7, SK is level 6, so they realize they have a kill potential on the Razor, so you will see them positioning in a good way. So they position themselves, and you're gonna see that SD uses disruption on the Razor so that Sand King can channel his epicenter, and they channel epicenter and they stun the Razor and end up getting a first blood on him. And now you can see that in terms of net worth, after farming this wave, Sand King's gonna be equal. After this point, you can see that Razor and SK have almost the same net worth, and in a lane where SK was supposed to get dumpstered, he's actually ahead sometimes. So yeah, this was the analysis for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give your feedback in the comments and which position 5 you'd like to see in the next analysis. And other than that, I also do paid coaching, so if any of you are interested in that, they can join the Discord from the link given in the description. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys soon. Take care.